Hello, guys. Today I'll be talking about the gender leg theory. I think the gender leg theory is something that a lot of people don't have information about, or people really don't know too well. So, for those who don't know what the gender leg theory is, it basically focuses on how gender seeks and values how each gender seeks and values their needs and able to communicate. A lot of people really don't know the difference between, you know, biological sex and gender. And just to clear that up, like biological sex is basically how we are born. So whether you're a male or a female, and gender is basically if you're going to become um, really more masculine, if you're going to be a masculine individual, and if you're going to be a feminine individual. Um, you know, I feel like in today's society, we see a lot of masculinity and femininity. You know, you see it in males, you see it in athletes that the guys that are more masculine, and then you obviously see the women that are actually like girly girls or do women things are more feminine. But in today's society, it's a lot of different types of people, and it's um it's a lot of different types of people, and a lot of people are doing a lot of different type of things. So today's society, you have a lot of men who are more feminine, and you can have men, you can have women that are more masculine. So it can be either or, and obviously, a woman being masculine is part of the societal norm, and a male being feminine isn't a part of the societal norm. But you know, I believe that some people can control that, and people are changing, and that's what type of world we're living in today. I believe that um, when people that are usually more feminine use rapport talk, and that's why it's kind of odd for a man to use rapport talk, because rapport talk is like really focused on building relationships with people, getting to know people, seeking information from people, like really tapping in into like who people really are, and that's not a thing that a lot of a lot of men usually do right off the bat. And um, I feel like rapport talk is what men do. Like we tell each other information, what we've heard, what we've seen. We basically tell each other information and keep it brief and not really. We go into slight detail, but not too much detail about it. What I've noticed and learned from this class is basically that you know, what you can get from the gender theory is that you'll realize that it's a lot of different types of people. Um, you'll realize that you know it's different styles of communicating with people through this through gender elect, and you have to know when to use that certain style when you're talking to that type of person. You know what I mean? So that's what I pretty much have for the gender elect theory. Actually, one more thing. The gender elect theory really talks about how the society is structured. Men have more power. Um, Men have more power. Women don't have as much power, and it kind of talks about how women um, don't have much of a say so as men. So one thing I can say that a lot of people can get from this is that I believe that women are starting to have more of a say so in today's society and how everything is ran. I believe that women are going to be as quiet, women are going to be as laid back, and just let things happen without having to say so. Um, you know, a lot of women believe that they can relate to a lot of the topics that men talk about. Um, you know, and a lot of women believe that they have like a different perspective and a different outlook than men. They can go about it differently, get things done in a better way, and they feel like you know they should be able to participate and give their thoughts on things to give a different perspective and outlook on things to have a better outcome at the end. Because as men, we are more dominant. We are more, you know what I mean, and we don't go about everything the right way. So when a woman steps in, she can potentially help and potentially, you know, she can potentially help, even things out, put things on even keel. So, you know, that's what I have about. That's what I've talked about today. I've talked about the gender leg theory, and just to sum it up, just realize that it's masculine and feminine people out there, and people are changing, and you have to, as a society, as a member of this society, we have to be willing to adapt to, we have to be willing to adapt and be willing to accept everybody and know how to communicate with different people, even though it may not be the societal norm. So this is Jakkar Jackson from Youngstown State in my communications theory class, and I'm out.